Okay, I inputted the bonus code, which I do have saved here. If you want to go ahead with your question, feel free to enter it in the live chat, and we'll start with yours. Let me go ahead and get my PayPal for you also for 𝔸𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕦𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕣𝕥. Let me see. I have to look. I haven't used it in like forever. Actually, I might even just, let me see. Let me check what it is and post it in the chat right now. Get comfortable. Everyone get a drink, get a snack, take a hit, whatever it is you do to calm down and relax and unwind. Clear the energy, of course. Let me light this incense, which is, I believe it's 𝔸𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕦𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕣𝕥. That's the scent I like using to close readings, but to open a reading, since I don't have my crystals on me because I'm in the process of moving, we'll just use an opening prayer. Good evening. It's actually 3:57 in the morning over here. I'm in Los Angeles. Proud to be number 3. That is so funny. You guys are so funny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, most importantly, click that notification bell. Share the live stream if you feel called to do so. Hey, Anita. So we're going to start with the paid readings, Anita. You're more than welcome to check out what paid reading options there are in the description, but the paid readings are always prioritized, so we'll get to the free ones later on if there's time. Currently I'm trying to find out what my PayPal username is. Give me a second, bear with me, and if you guys see the screen buffering, it's completely normal. I'll be right with you, so don't worry. Okay, so thank you so much for being patient and bearing with me as I get started. For PayPal, you can look under 𝔸𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕦𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕣𝕥, and it should be a photo of a guy and a little girl and the little profile picture. Let me know if you can find that, and if not, then I'll try to look up a phone number that you can send the payment to. Hopefully you do see it though. And for Ellen, go ahead and post your question. I did input your bonus code, so whenever you're ready, you can let me know what you want to look into for your reading, or what question you want me to try to channel around. Yes, that's the correct one. That's not my account, but you can definitely send it to that one, since I can't seem to figure out what my account is under at the moment. And it'll be totally fine. I'll get them to forward me your payment. What reading was it exactly that you were trying to purchase? Okay, you want to look into career. Okay, that's totally fine. Is this something pending, something ongoing? Are you currently are you currently working, or are you looking for work? What type of reading are we trying to do here? Like an aspirational one, or more so what will happen next? Like, give me an idea of where you want to go with this reading. And perfect, I'll do Danny's after Alan's reading, and we'll go from there. But thank you both, I appreciate it. We're gonna I'll try to get this going as soon as possible. I'm literally gonna mute it for 2 seconds so I could take a hit, because I do not want to get my video shut down again. So give me 1 second and I'll be right with you guys to start the readings. And Danny, you can go ahead and post your question right now as well. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, with God's permission, please show me what I seek to know. Explore it in the cards you bestow. Give us the answers, clear and thorough. Expose the truth in this tarot. We give thanks and praise to the Most High. And we ask that you protect our energy as we go within the tarot. Thank you, Spirit. Let me just take away any negative energy that's here in the deck for you. There is some negative energy that I am needing to push away from your reading, Ellen. So bear with me. I don't know what or who this could be. Maybe you might know, but there is some definite pushback, like some type of energy that wants me to to stay back rather than move it forward. Take it as it resonates. 1 second. I want to make sure that the screen is focused. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What is going on here with Danny's career? I'm sorry, I said Danny. What is going on with Ellen's career? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please hear me. Allow me to be the vessel in which you communicate your message that needs to be sent to Ellen today regarding their career or anything for their highest good, please. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please hear me. Please deliver the messages for Ellen's highest good regarding career. So I'm not doing reversals for this spread because there's already enough pushback and negativity like I just mentioned. So I'm just going to take the cards to the upright position to try to counteract that energy that I'm feeling here, just to balance things out. There's this war between very high frequencies and very low frequencies during your reading. There's not much of a balance. It's kind of like the battle between the two is what I'm feeling. This can be metaphorical. This can be referring to the energy at work. We'll look into it and see why that is exactly. Okay. Give me a second to channel the spread that's in front of us, and then I'll pull out some clarifiers, and then we'll begin your reading, okay? So bear with me. Okay, so before I even pull out any clarifying cards, as I look at your spread, I want you to take a breath and really sit with this energy, because there's a strong story unfolding here about both opportunity and temptation. It kind of reminds me of the theme of desire and resilience, and then ultimately I want to say a powerful new beginning in your career, given that the Ace of Cups is here in the end of your reading. Beginning with the Nine of Cups, which is often called the Wish card, this is telling me that on the surface there's a sense of satisfaction, or at least like a promise of it, and you may kind of already have something in your career life that feels rewarding, or like a role, or like some type of goal you have, or like maybe like an idea or a dream that you've been holding on to for a long time, and there's emotional fulfillment in that area, but or a desire for it, depending on where you are in your timeline. But it suggests that what you want is like within your reach, like you're in the means of manifesting at this time. And sometimes the Nine of Cups can also hint at like comfort, being pleased where you are, even if there's something more waiting for you, or being comfortable, or I wouldn't say comfortable, Spirit's is telling me not to use the word comfortable. Just being I don't want to use the word stuck either. It's not comfortable and it's not stuck, but there seems to be like a contentment or a need to stay where you are for some reason. But if we move into the Fool card here, the energy starts really shifting, and the Fool is calling you towards like a leap of faith. And it's in that moment where you're standing at the edge of something completely new, something completely unknown, and you have to decide, do I stay where it's comfortable, or do I trust myself to begin again? And in a career reading, this can really point to like a new job or a new path, or like even starting something independently. There's a lot of excitement also in this card, but a lot of risk. And the Fool doesn't promise certainty, just possibility, okay? So remember that. Then right beside that, we see the Two of Cups, and this card is really significant. It's almost in the middle of your spread, not quite, but just almost there, almost in the middle, which is showing me that this can be kind of like the step right before your job starts to reach like a climax, or like a tower moment, if you are familiar with the meaning of that card. In your career, it could mean like a collaboration or a business partnership, or it could even mean finding a workplace where you truly feel seen and valued. But it could also, to me, it talks about networking and meeting with people who play a key role in your next step, or meeting with new people who are necessary in order for you to move on to that new higher role. I keep hearing from Spirit that the right connection could really open doors for you. I'm bothered here by the Devil card as I say your message right now, because it's really kind of it's a strong card to be placed with the rest of these cards, and I want to slow down here, because this is where the reading kind of deepens up. And the Devil, it represents attachment, sometimes to money, sometimes to fear, like a situation that can feel binding. And in a career context, it could be about a job that you can't leave. Like earlier I said you won't leave, but now it kind of feels like can't leave, because it might be too risky. Like it can also even point to an unhealthy work environment, or just being around toxic power dynamics, or even about self-doubt. I'm hearing self-doubt that makes you feel stuck. But the Devil card doesn't mean that you're trapped in this job. It means that something is making you feel trapped. Now, with the Nine of Wands energy, this is showing me that you're really resilient, You might have been through a lot in your career journey, setbacks, stress, maybe even like burnout, but you haven't given up just yet. And this is the card of the wounded warrior. So it's about being tired but still standing. And more importantly, you're close to the finish line of a difficult cycle. So remember that this is a card that's asking you not to give up now, even if things feel heavy or uncertain, or to not give into the self-doubt, because you're really close to a finish line. And my favorite part is where beautiful way to end this spread. It's a tangible new beginning, something real, something grounded. It could be a new job offer, honestly, but not quite yet, not yet. In the future, a financial opportunity could be coming up, or a business idea that actually has the potential to grow and like sustain you in the long term. Unlike the Fool card, which is about taking a leap, um, or taking a leap of faith, the Ace of Pentacles is about what actually becomes real in your hands, something tangible, something that you can actually call like your hard work paying off. So when you weave all of these cards together, you're standing between comfort and transformation. I keep hearing comfort versus transformation. You may already have something that feels good enough, but there's a deeper calling that Spirit is asking you to take a risk and step into. It's something new, something meaningful, a connection, partnership, maybe even that you can be cultivating with somebody else. However, there's something in your current situation or within your own mindset that's keeping you bound and making this leap of faith feel scarier than it actually is. So you may have been enough to know your own strength in this situation, and the Nine of Wands is reminding me that you're not starting from zero. You're going to start from the experience that you have, and you can recognize what's really holding you back and choose to move forward anyway. But there's a really very real grounded opportunity waiting for you, and this is in the near future. Something that can grow and support you, not just emotionally but financially, materially, most importantly as well. And it might feel like a dream, but it's not just a dream. This is something tangible that you can build upon. And I keep hearing a dream come true. So it might not be a dream that you have, or an idea or wish that you have for your career. It might not be so far out of reach. And the question really is, what is keeping you stuck, and are you ready to release what's keeping you stuck so you can actually receive this blessing that's coming in the future for you? So let me take a break here. This was a lot of energy to go through in your spread. Give me a moment just to clear the energy. Let's look deeper into this and get some clarifying cards and see exactly what this is referring to. Maybe this is a future situation that you have not yet even began the journey on, or maybe this is a journey that you're currently on and it's telling us where you're going. So I want to see more of like a timing, or timing this this time in this experience that I just explained to you, where you are in this timeline and how far away you are from receiving this Ace of Pentacles, okay? There's also a question that you want to ask, and Spirit is letting you know that there's something you want to know of, or a question you're wanting to ask regarding this, and you might be holding back. Feel free to ask whatever question you have, especially if it's in regards to like being in collaboration with anybody, or if it's just about people in general other than yourself that you might have a question about. Spirit is saying, like, ask this question now before the Tower moment happens and you wish you would have asked it sooner. So you might not yet, it's self-doubt that is masking itself as you being like unsure about something. But the more you don't act on something, the worse this outcome is going to become and take place for you. I do see you like in the energy of success and looking towards what's in the future for you. However, there's be careful how you gain your success. Be careful what it is that helps you to succeed in this goal that you might have. Be careful also who you have close ties with. Make sure you know them, who you're going into business with. They say if you're going to business with someone, you have to be ready to also go into bed with them. You have to know them very well and know them like the back of your hand, so that you know what you're getting yourself into, especially if this is something long term. So that's what I'm seeing for you now. And Spirit is saying, by the way, there's this question of you being not sure. It's self-doubt that's masking itself in uncertainty, and this needs a little bit more exploring on your end, by the way. Sure. Were you looking to do a I can't talk, sorry. Were you looking to do a continued paid reading on the one regarding faith and if things will work out between you guys? Or were you saving that one for next time? Because I do have also a reading for Danny that was already paid for. But if you're going to get another reading, I would prefer that I do it like connected to the reading I just gave you, because there might be some messages there that are connected that I don't want to miss or lose connection with while I'm already in your energy. I'll give you a second to think about that while I clear the energy here. And Danny, stay posted. I'll be with you very shortly, depending on what goes on here with this next reading with Alan. Bear with me. But go ahead, and if you haven't already, please post your question again. I didn't see it, but I could probably, maybe if I scroll up, I'll see it. I saw that you had sent something, but then it didn't show what the message was, so that's really weird. It was like a glitch. It's funny. Spirit is saying this is definitely a love reading, and Spirit is saying that you are such a die-hard romantic right now. That if I don't already know this about you, then I've failed. That it's supposed to that this is pretty much the essence of your reading, and right now the essence of what's going on in your life, like the bigger plans that you might have. But actually both of you guys. So if Alan sends it, I will do Alan's first, and then Danny, I will do yours after Alan's, because I'm already in Alan's energy. So bear with us. But the message from Spirit about it being a love reading was about you, not about Alan, even though Alan's might even be as well. But that's what Spirit was saying about Danny, actually. Okay, bear with me, you guys. To reach out to faith, and if things will work out between us for a relationship. Is faith somebody that you're connected with in your job or career, or is this a completely separate topic? Because I want to know if I should change the deck or not. This deck still holds information for me for your reading, but if it's a different topic, I want to change the energy and use different cards for you. So I do feel like this deck is still heavy. You still have certain information here you're not you haven't exactly gotten the answer to yet. So I might stick with it, but for now I want to use something else to kind of switch up and keep this on the sidelines to return to later, the gold deck. So let me know if this is supposed to be a love reading or a career as well, or both, because I do feel this deck is heavy. It still has like information that you're wanting to know about, but I don't know if this is in regards to faith or your career. So help me clarify that for a second. So Alan, you sent it already? That's okay. So maybe my end is just lagging a little bit. I haven't received it yet. But I'll be looking out for it. By the way, like, I don't know if I told you this in a previous reading, but please try to focus on slowing down your breathing during the reading and trying to stay focused and not have so many thoughts at once, okay? So we can kind of get on the same frequency, because I do feel as though it's a little hard to reach you, especially during your last reading. It felt a little bit distant. I was just using spirit as a guide, but I usually like to use spirit's guidance as well as your energy, and your energy was kind of a little bit lost in the cards. So try to focus in on your breathing, slow down your breathing, and quiet down your mind, so that we can get on the same frequency as I do this next reading for you, okay? Still have not received it, but I'll stay looking out for it, and I'll let you know when I do get it, so that we can begin. If you're new, welcome. Please consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell if you're interested in interacting live or getting a free reading, maybe, or even a paid reading. You're more than welcome to just drop by and see if our energies connect in a free reading before you get a paid reading. Also, if you have gotten a reading from me, whether paid or free, please do me a solid and go onto my community board. At the very bottom post on my community board are a bunch of ratings and reviews. Please do consider adding on to that, so that I can use it on my upcoming website, where I will be posting real reviews and ratings, 5-star ratings from certain customers or certain people that I read for. So in the review, make sure you also include when I read for you, or how many times, or maybe what platform that we did your reading on, because I'm not only on YouTube. So if you're watching me through another platform right now, you're more than welcome to also leave a review, but it'll have to be on my community board on YouTube. Your opinions really do matter. When you guys write me a review, I really do take in the criticism, and when it's praise and not criticism, I really do appreciate that too. And I know that I'm doing well at what I'm doing, so feel free to give an honest and open critique. That's weird. I still haven't received it on Cash App. I don't know why. I'll try to refresh it and I'll see if it's coming through, but for some reason I'm still not getting it. We'll see if it comes through. Okay, yeah, definitely Spirit is telling me not to get rid of this deck. I wanted to, but I'm actually being told to keep using this gold deck for you. It's just not, I'm trying to shuffle it to lighten it, but the energy is just remaining heavy, and I think that whether it's a career or love reading, I have to stick to this deck to get all the information out that you are needing to hear, okay? Okay, Melissa, sorry, we're doing paid readings at the moment. If you're interested, you can check out the paid reading options. If not, I will be getting to like the free ones at the end if there's time. And if not, you're more than welcome to click on the notification bell and join us next time for when I am doing more free readings. But it's nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, that's weird. I'm still not seeing it, Alan, but I believe you. I totally know that if you say you did, I believe you. I think I could trust your energy. So why don't we just get started to save the burden of having to wait, because these messages, they want to come out already. So we can go ahead and get started. Okay, and for this I will be taking reversals because the deck isn't so heavy, so I'll take the energy as it comes. Please bear with me as I go ahead and channel the spread, the meaning of it, the advice that's being, the advice that Spirit wants me to articulate to you from this spread, okay? Bear with me for a second as I meditate on these cards. Okay, great. I was talking and I forgot to unmute it. I was literally getting to the good part and I realized that my microphone was not on. So actually what I want to do here, okay, this is actually kind of intense. I'm gonna take a pause for a second. This is like really intense for me. I'm gonna try to take in, I'm gonna grab my pen and paper and see if there's any clairaudient messages that I can receive. If there's anything word for word I can get for you verbatim, so that you can get the most accurate messages possible. But I do feel that there's a sense, or there's a likeliness that I can get clairaudient messages from your person, from Faith. So bear with me. I'm gonna kind of ignore the chat for a second as I do this, so I can focus in on the what I'm hearing, which is what clairaudience is. Just bear with me, okay? I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so were you able to hear what I said about the four cards I just put down, or was it on mute? Okay, okay, that was super weird. I didn't know it was on mute, but um, I had a feeling that it didn't. It's not that I knew that it was on mute, but I had a feeling that you weren't receiving what I was trying to say about the cards. So it was a really confusing energy there. But I was trying to say that looking at your spread, the first thing that I noticed is the presence of the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that your love life is in a period of change and cycles, pretty much just at the same time movement, because nothing here feels stagnant, even if it may feel stagnant and confusing to you. But the wheel reminds me that something is shifting, which is not necessarily stagnant. And what's shifting here is timing, fate, circumstances, and they're turning in a way that's meant to move you forward, even if it doesn't feel comfortable right now. So that's the key thing Spirit wants you to hear, is that even if you don't feel comfortable, it's still moving you forward. And this connection or situation that you're asking about isn't random. It carries a sense of like destiny, but also some unpredictability. And paired with that, seeing the Seven of Cups, it introduces a strong theme of illusion, confusion even, or maybe too many choices to make. And it feels like either you or the person involved, which is Faith, may be like overwhelmed emotionally or mentally. There are possibilities and like what ifs, and not all of them are grounded in actual reality. So one or both of you may be seeing what they want to see rather than what it actually is, and that could lead to having mixed signals or a lack of clarity about like your intentions. That's really important to take note of here, because moving into the Two of Wands reversed, it tells me that there's hesitation because of that. Someone here is struggling to make a decision or to commit to a certain moving towards a certain direction. And in this card in the upright, it's about planning the future and choosing a path, but in the reversal, it's about standing at a crossroads and about feeling stuck. So there may be even a fear of making the wrong choice or a lack of confidence in stepping forward in this connection. It's as if like the potential here like is there, but the action is missing. So this energy, it deepens a lot with the Ace of Swords being in the reverse here, and it's because there's just like a strong indicator of miscommunication. To correct me if I'm wrong, like a lack of truth, or maybe even just avoiding clarity. There could be things left unsaid and misunderstandings, even dishonesty, whether it's intentional or not, and that could be the reason why you're considering to even, speak to this person or talk to them. Because conversations may not be happening the way they need to or at all. and they may leave more confusion than it does answers. So it feels like the truth is being clouded without hearing any clear communication, and it's hard for things to for anything solid to form, because with illusions going on, it just continues to make the doubt or confusion grow, even when there's no movement happening. It's just growth in the mind, but not in the actual 3D. And in the Queen of Wands reverse, there's a shift of confidence, or how can I say this? Like in self-worth. Yeah, correct. Spirit is telling me to use the word self-worth instead of confidence. And this can actually be representing you. There is someone here that's not standing in their power. I don't know if this is you or Faith, but there could be some insecurity or jealousy, or like a sense of feeling overlooked and undervalued. And the Queen of Wands upright is magnetic and self-assured, but in the reverse, it's completely like opposite. She questions herself, and in love, this can show somebody who's dimming their light or feeling unsure of where they stand, even if on the outside it may not look like that. Okay, they don't like to show that on the outside. Now for the Page of Wands reverse, this is about an energy coming in of immaturity or inconsistency, and I can kind of feel this energy on both of you, but it can represent someone who's curious or interested yet not ready to follow through. So there could be some mixed signals without any real commitment, or excitement without direction, or promises that maybe don't like materialize into any real action, which can be really frustrating and seem like that's why it can seem like things are stagnant, but in reality it's just uncomfortable. So it can indicate also delays in communication, because of a lack of enthusiasm being expressed in a stable way between the two of you. So like putting all of this together, I could see that from your question asking if you should speak to Faith, I'm seeing that since this connection is so significant to you and can be connected with a sense of fate or timing according to Spirit, it's even though right now it's connected by confusion and misalignment, there's emotions here like that are not grounding enough for you to communicate just yet. It feels like one or both of you could be caught in between like some type of either like fantasy illusion or like not reality, like being unsure of what truly is there or where it's going. And communication is a major block here, so without it, misunderstandings are growing. But at this particular time, there needs to be some space in order to let the other person's mind wander as to where they want things to go, and not just being told where things are going to go by you, if that makes sense. So the real question really here is not if you should speak to this person, but Spirit is saying the real question is, are both people truly ready to meet each other with clarity and intention at this time? And not just about where this is going, but also mostly about what is real in this here and now, and what's just an illusion based off of thoughts and doubts that were had from a lack of communication. So there's a chance that a lot of the problems you might be having, a lot of it could also be seeming worse because of the silence, but it's a stronger chance of it's actually a strong chance of being resolved. Spirit is saying hold off on talking now, but speak in the near future after giving each other some time to really think about what each other wants. So anyways, does that make sense to you? Let me know if you're resonating. And also, are you still here, Danny? I still haven't seen your question. Go ahead and post it one more time if you haven't already. And I'm going to take just like a 5 or 10 minute break, and we're going to go into Danny's reading right after. This reading was just a lot of like heavy energy, so I just want to take a break and make sure I do a little meditation in between. But after this, we have Danny's reading, and then we'll see what's after that. So go ahead and post your question. Go ahead and include any information that you'd want me to know about that can get me closer towards giving you accurate answers. The more you guys share about your situation, the more closely I can follow and be able to give you helpful insight. Because there's only so much that Spirit can guide me in if I don't know exactly where the topic is actually falling apart. Or in other words, sorry, those are the words that Spirit uses with me, but in other words, where your question comes in the midst of the timeline that you're at. Because normally when you have questions to ask the tarot, it's because there's a falling in the timeline that you're having, or a stagnancy, and that is where all the questions are rooted, not in the movement or not in the upward incline, if that makes sense to any of you. It's a little bit hard to articulate the messages that Spirit wants me to share, but if you're following, then I'm grateful for that message being delivered to you in the right way. So, sorry, how do I pronounce his name? 𝔸𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕦𝕟𝕥, or we're doing paid readings at the moment. You can look into the paid reading options, but for now the paid readings are being prioritized over the free readings. And just so you guys know, the free readings are not asking a question. It's just whatever the cards have to say, what it's depicted in the cards for you. And if you have a specific question you want to look into, you're more than welcome to check out the paid reading options that are in the description box below. Okay, you said, I've been talking to this Aries man from Dubai named Tommy. Wanted to know, does he want a serious relationship with me? He asked if I would ever consider moving to another country. Oh wow, it is kind of somewhat a love reading. Because Spirit was kind of teasing you earlier, and me, about the fact that this reading was about something that was like supposed to actually be something romantic down the line for you. I wonder what that means. That was such a specific message from Spirit, but I wonder in the way that it was put, like what that means. Anyways, I'm going to take a 5-10 minute break to clear my energy, but I'm also going to use those 5-10 minutes to meditate on receiving messages for you, Danny, in regards to your question, so that I can make sure your reading as well is done clearly and I can articulate everything that needs to be said properly, because there was a lot of blockages in the last reading that I was hoping I would be able to avoid if I'm now doing your reading and know exactly what caused those blockages. And it was actually because the person, Ellen, that I was reading for, had some, not a difficult time, but like just they weren't used to kind of slowing down their thoughts and focusing in on their breathing while getting your reading. That this is something that you have to practice. It's not something that comes naturally. Not everybody knows to do this during a reading, but it does greatly improve accuracy because you're getting on the same frequency. So I would like you to do the same practice as well before we get started. And bear with me, I'll be right back. I have felt a strong intuitive calling from my guides to support a charitable cause this month, especially as I've continued to notice this theme coming up repeatedly in conversations and signs around me. As a result, I've made the decision that 80% of all donations received from the beginning of this month through the end of April will be contributed to a women's shelter in the Los Angeles area. These funds will support individuals transitioning out of abusive or unhealthy relationships, survivors of domestic violence, and those actively working toward healing through therapeutic resources and spiritual support services. I invite those who feel called and are able to support this cause by participating in paid readings, live or private, or by making a direct donation to 𝔸𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕦𝕟𝕥 via Cash App. As a gesture of appreciation and transparency, I will include donor digital signatures as part of the acknowledgement process so supporters can receive recognition and confirmation of how contributors are being allocated toward the cause. Anyone who donates this month by purchasing a live or private reading will receive a 50% off voucher for their next reading. This voucher will never expire and can be redeemed at any time. One-time use per voucher. Thank you for your kindness and support. Together, we can make a meaningful impact. Tarot for a cause. Funds raised to date, $722.56. Fundraising goal, $1,500. If the fundraising goal is met, a free giveaway raffle will be hosted, and 2 of my subscribers will be randomly selected at the end of the month to receive a curated prize package. Additional details will be announced on the community tab pertaining to the included items in the giveaway, as well as instructions to participate and how to claim your prize if you have won. Live tarot and crystal ball readings for one question is $11.11. Free access is available during live streams for subscribers only and are not guaranteed to all. To ensure your reading, donations are accepted and paid readings are available. To qualify for free live readings, you must subscribe to the channel, like the live stream, turn on notifications, and select all notifications. Private tarot and crystal ball readings delivered within 24 hours. 1 question personal reading, $40. 3 questions personal reading, $60. 90-minute unlimited questions session, $120. All private readings include elaborate, in-depth, personalized insight and channeled intuitive guidance. Such readings involve a prerequisite meditation ritual and opening intention protection prayer with a mandatory recited exit ritual. Payment options: Cash App, ☸𝕟𝕟𝕠𝕦𝕟𝕥, Apple Pay, Chime, and PayPal available upon request in the live chat. Amazon wishlist purchases will be available as a future payment option. Launch date to be announced. Disclaimer: readings are intended for entertainment, reflection, and intuitive insight only. They do not replace medical, legal, financial, or psychological advice. No outcomes are guaranteed, and interpretations are subjective. By paying, you acknowledge full rights. Stoned Epiphany Tarot set readings, all content and branding are protected under law. Unauthorized use prohibited. All rights reserved. Okay, so we're back on the next page reading. Let's close the energy here. Equals messages, spirit guides. With God's permission, please show me what I seek to know. Explore and the cards you bestow. Give us the answers, Spirit Emperor. As well as the truth in this tarot, we give thanks and praise to the Most High. We ask that you protect our energy as we go within the tarot. Thank you, Spirit. So you wanted to know if Tommy's in a serious relationship with you, because they asked if you would consider moving to another country, and so you're wanting to know exactly how serious they are about you, and if you should, I guess, take them seriously as well. Like, okay. Let's see here. The World, 5 of Cups reversed, Ace of Pentacles, So Spirit's actually wanting me to put your spread out in 3s rather than a straight line, which would be next to the Tower, then the Ace of Cups, and the Moon. Okay, if you know anything about tarot, this spread is ridiculously intense. And if you don't, then just follow along while I tell you what this meaning is. Actually, these cards are so it's intense, but it's vague, so I'm going to go ahead and clarify the clarifiers right now rather than later, so I could get into a more precise place in your reading. But I am sensing here that the Aries energy, Tommy, that you're referring to, there is genuine interest here, but the level of seriousness might not fully match the depth of the question that is being asked here. Like, how do I put this? Like, when I look at this energy, I'm picking up on someone who can be very passionate in the moment and very present, very engaging, and capable of making things feel like exciting and real. I don't want to say getting your hopes up, but just making something sound very convincing and realistic and doable. And that's very consistent with the Aries energy. But Aries can also move really quickly and sometimes speak out of impulse rather than long-term grounded. So that's something you should be aware of just in general. But now, regarding your question about whether or not Tommy considers that this is a serious relationship, and even something like as big as moving to another country, whether they're serious about that or not, I have to be honest here. Hold on. Okay, so the Magician and the reverse card came flying out. I wasn't intending to pull a card yet, but it did fly out, so I'm going to place that right there rather than as the clarifier. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is actually, yeah, so we have the 9 of Pentacles. Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords reverse, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So, let's see what's at the back of the deck. Actually, we have Empress in the reverse. Okay, so that clarifies. I have to be honest with you, the energy doesn't fully feel rooted in long-term planning just yet. It feels like he may just say things that sound big and exciting or future-oriented, but when we look deeper, there's a hesitation when it comes to actually building something stable and consistent over time. Like, the idea here about moving, especially, feels more like something that lives in a possibility or like a fantasy right now, rather than concrete plans that he's actually actively working towards. And when I ask, like, is this person serious about you, the answer is pretty layered, as you can see if you follow along with tarot. Tommy is serious in the sense that they feel something with you and enjoys you and is drawn to you. But when it comes to emotional responsibility, especially with the Tower card here, when it comes to commitment and like long-term follow-through, they're not fully anchored there yet. So this creates a bit of like a mismatch. You might be asking like deeper future-based questions while this person's still navigating like the connection more in the present moment, if that makes sense. And what you need to know about this person that you might not be seeing just yet is that there's a side of them that can be really inconsistent, and not necessarily out of bad intentions, but because they follow their feelings as they come and go. And when they're in it, they're like really in it, but when their attention shifts or when they feel pressure, they might pull back and become less clear about what they want. So I also think that this person may not always communicate in full truth with you, especially if they sense expectations from you, which I'm seeing here is a really big thing. Like they sense a lot of expectations from you. Instead, I don't know if this is something that you show or not, but it's something that they can either be imagining this on their own, or it can be that you're actually putting out expectations that they feel the need to put up to follow through with, or to play a part on. But instead of directly saying I'm not ready, this person might keep things light and open-ended, or even like a bit vague, so that they don't feel confined to what this connection would be headed towards. In other words, the message here is really for it's really about, yeah, exactly, grounding yourself in what's actually being shown through actions and not just words or potential. But that can be pretty difficult because I'm seeing something here with a blockage or with distance where actions can't be proven to be real or true. They are like mostly like there has to be a lot of trust in this connection here, because there's a difference between someone who enjoys you and someone who's truly ready to build a life with you. And that's also something really important for you to consider. So if I can leave you with one clear truth from this reading, it's that the connection here has spark and attraction for sure, but it still definitely needs time, honesty most importantly, and consistency, just to prove whether it can grow into something truly stable. I'm not saying that it's not right now, or that it's never going to be, but like right now it's not quite at the level of certainty that your questions are reaching towards. And it would be not fully honest if I was to say that this person is fully, like, completely all in. So no, you should not take what there's. I'm just gonna keep this like as clear as possible, because and I want you to remember that this answer is for now and not for any other time. It's specific to your timeline now. But for right now, no, you should not take what they're saying about moving to another country together, taking that information as very serious right now. And the energy shows that while they might feel something for you and enjoy your connection, they're not operating from a place of long-term planning or from deep commitment at this time. With the Moon card, there's stuff that you don't know about this person and possibly this person's family. So what they're saying about big future moves, like relocating together, it feels more impulsive and in the moment, or like even just idealistic, rather than something, with the Tower card, rather than something truly to follow through on. So it doesn't come through as grounded. It's not an actionable plan on their part that I'm getting here. But take this person's feelings seriously, yes, but don't take their future promises or big ideas at face value yet, or right now at this moment. The spirit is wanting to offer guidance too, saying to stay aware and stay grounded, and don't make any major life decisions based on what you're feeling at this stage, because your stages are going to start to move quickly after this. And you're gonna be shown a lot of things that you don't know yet about this person, and especially regarding this person's family or their past affairs. So that's what I'm seeing. This way, they do, to be clear, they do want something serious with you, but they are making promises that cannot fully be grounded in complete truth right now, because they don't know themselves if what they can offer you is something that is something truly tangible at this time, or even in the future. Like, they're just talking based off what they feel, but not what they know, or not what they're planning to put action behind, is what I'm saying. So does that make sense to you? Oh my gosh, you guys, my phone is literally dying. I am gonna after this reading is over, I'm gonna have to charge my phone, and then I'll start another live stream once it charges in about like an hour or less, okay? But yeah, that's what I saw for your question. It doesn't, by the way, I want to say to you, don't end things or stop things with this person because of what this reading says, because like I said, there's a lot of emphasis on the answer to this question being for this exact moment, and things could change in the near future or later future. Anyways, you're welcome, love. Good luck with that, because that sounds like really exciting, and I'm sure that whatever you want. You see how the Magician card came out, the very first card, and it was in the reverse? I don't think you're quite manifesting, or a spirit is saying there's something that you might not be willing to sacrifice yet. And in order for a manifestation to come to fruition, you have to be willing to sacrifice something first. So that is why that card is in the reverse. Something you just like to think about for right now. I wanted to point out. Okay, I'm going to return after charging my phone. I'll be right back with you guys. And see you guys soon. You're welcome anytime. Of course, it was my pleasure to read for you.